Live? Yeah. Yay. We're back.
Finally, we are live and we are alive.
Still, after a
Um,
little bit of
hel-
technological disruption.
yeah, and we hope that this time it's going to work just fine. So, welcome, beautiful people, to our second trial to speak on this topic. And we are here to share with you today on the topic of living from the open heart. What does it mean? And I'm Coach Lily, spiritual life coach and modern mystic. My friend and my companion in on this journey is Tilly. And Tilly, introduce yourself.
I'm Tilly, and I am a mantra singer. And I love to talk about spiritual topics endlessly. So I'm happy to have found Lily. And now we can talk together and hopefully share it with more people and have
Yeah,
fun.
exactly. Super. Tilly, so I would love to know what does it mean for you personally to live from the open heart?
For me, it's to live from the heart means to always choose love over fear. The fear is more from the mind that tries to predict everything, tries to judge things, always has an opinion. And the heart is just more this open feeling towards um, the world and other people, and therefore to feel love for everyone and see the beauty in everyone and connect with other people. Because closing yourself off from fear and judging the other as an other is again the mind. So the heart is just open for strangers. And at last, I would say in making decisions, I always like to uh, trust my inner gut feeling. You can also call it gut feeling, which is more your belly, but or your heart. That just gives you the guidance to know where you are going. Yeah, that's it. And you?
Beautiful.
I'm curious. Yeah.
For me, everything so far what I heard from you, it also fits my definition of what it means to live with an open heart. And also, I would add mm, that for me, living from the open heart means feeling. Because when the heart is open, the heart feels everything. And for me, it's not only feeling love. For me, it's feeling everything and allowing myself to feel everything. Because in that permission that I give to myself to feel, then I learn and I understand what it's all about. Because if I don't allow myself to feel, then it just a repression of the energy happens, and that eventually then closes the heart off uh, unnoticeably, I would say. So first and foremost, when I hear people saying living with an open heart, for me immediately it comes to this vision of that, okay, I feel everything and I don't resist anything. And the same also, mm, hmm, no, I wanted to say that also expressing everything, but I didn't feel that it's right because we don't need to express everything, but we need to allow ourselves to feel everything. And also, what another word that associates with that answer is authenticity. That when I'm living from my open heart, I am letting people know what's up. with me. So it means that then not only I feel, but also I align what I feel with what I think, and then I let people know. Because being with an open heart, I would say it's only feeling. But living from an open heart means taking action and being the expression of that open heart. So for me, that symbolizes authenticity, that I let people know that, hey, now I feel angry, or hey, now I feel satisfaction, or hey, now you irritate me. Let's talk about this. What do you say? Like being really like raw with the information about myself. So that's my definition.
Nice, yeah. I really like it. I think indeed it's good that you point out that it's about feeling everything and not just focusing on love. Um, Although it feels for me like that is sort of the fundament where everything can arise from, or also fade into. Like the love is there to embrace it, that whatever you feel, and yeah. And I really like that you say to be honest about what you feel to other people, because sometimes I think I find it maybe a little bit difficult. But once you do it and you open yourself up, it's so relieving. And you immediately feel this lightness and
And you,
also the connection that you make to another person. Yeah. What do you want to say?
yeah,
If you can hear me.
you pointed out very well. You pointed out very well that connection happens when we live with open heart, right? And you mentioned also that not always you succeed to express to people, to let people know what is happening with you. So that is the example of the heart is contracting, that closing down, because there are probably some fears why we feel uncomfortable in expressing ourselves. So it also aligns very well with what you said, that when there is this fear, and if fear becomes stronger, the mind becomes stronger than the heart, then it closes down eventually. And another, actually, no, yeah, that's it. I had something else, but I forgot already.
Yeah. And yeah, I think everyone can always feel this vulnerability. Or there's, I can barely think of a moment where when I express myself honestly from the heart, that it would have been that it wasn't appreciated by another person, because we all long in a sense for this openness and authenticity and vulnerability, I guess. And yeah, this weekend I
Yeah,
was also in a spiritual gathering, and we were 30 people, and every day we expressed also how we felt, and it could be uncomfortable or nervous. And then you connected also with someone through a conversation, and you had to look each other in the eyes and share. And that was also heart opening and beautiful for these connections, while otherwise on a daily basis you wouldn't connect so easily with people, because we're all too much, I feel, in our minds. So it's, yeah, beautiful to put all the thoughts aside and really feel
mm.
what you feel and share.
And for me, it looks that when we live from open heart, then we does it make sense?
I actually couldn't hear you because you disappeared a little bit with technology. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. When we what it how it looks for me, that when we live from our heart, then we are actually living in our body. Does it make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Like, you mean not in the head, in the mind, but really more centered in the body. Yeah, that does make sense. If that's what you mean meant. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I meant that in order to allow ourselves to feel, we need to be as present as possible to recognize, first and foremost, what we are feeling and that we are feeling in general, that the feeling is happening now. So, yeah, that and connection from heart to heart with another person happens in the present moment. It can't happen when we are in the head living in the past or in the future. So for me, it's somehow it associates very beautifully that open heart means the same as a present moment and living in the body. Um, okay, and then when I was preparing for this topic, I sat down with myself and a question came up to me. Can the heart be too open?
Oh, that's a very good question. I don't think so. I don't think that's possible. I mean, even a bigger amount of love and acceptance or connection for everyone around you in the world, I wouldn't think there is a possibility that is too open. No, but I find it hard to give a good argument
Hmm.
why. You have another perspective or the same?
I might have another perspective from my personal life. As I see life, everything supposed to be in balance. When it goes to one extreme or another, then it's not healthy. And when I looked back to my life, how it was, how it has been, I can clearly see that for the most of my life, I had been living with my totally open heart. That's why I was attracting so many people. I was like a sunshine. Everybody wanted to be around me when I was in that most highest state, always positive, always uplifting, like doing whatever I want, traveling, hitchhiking without fears. And I see that I was missing of a masculine energy of the mind, that I was operating just on the feeling, but I didn't consult with my mind. So what it did, it disbalanced me in the material realm. Yeah, it was fun to live up in the clouds, like in that spirituality, but I was struggling to be a human. I can say like that. And to take care of my physical needs was not easy. And that's why I am leaning to say that it can be a possibility that living only from the open heart um, is not a good option. But wait a second, something wants to come in now. Hmm. Okay, and now I got a question for myself. Um, Lily, are you sure that you were living from the open heart or was it from your emotions? How cool the question is that, huh?
Nice.
Then I want to ask you, Tilly, is the heart and emotions the same?
Yeah, these are all things that I love to reflect upon, and I just find it a bit hard on the spot. But I don't think, um, indeed, that emotions and the heart are the same. I definitely agree you need a balance between maybe the feminine and masculine energy, and that the mind on itself is also very useful if you can use it for creative powers and it doesn't use you with all fearful thoughts. So I don't want to judge the mind as something wrong and the heart as right, um, or feelings as right. But I cannot really, for some reason, put it into words. But I have this feeling that heart is separate from that, and that it cannot be too open, because it's as if it's the fundament of everything from where you can live life from, or life arises. But it's a bit vague what I'm saying.
Mm.
Yeah, I
No,
feel
no, no.
like I cannot really. I feel it, but I cannot share it into words or something. Maybe you can.
I feel that
Mm,
feeling with you, and
okay.
okay, let me put into the words. The heart, open heart is the direct connection to source. Only through the open heart we are able to connect to the source. So how can the heart be too open if it connects us to all that is, which gives us guidance then what we need to do?
Love it.
So now I'm giving myself probably the answer as I speak that
Sorry, I'm very happy with your answer.
no, it's okay. It's okay. That probably I just didn't want to listen to the guidance. Because then all of my probably fears showed up. For example, that Lily, you need to go and do this and that, for example, to earn money. And I'm like, it feels better here. I will stay here. But not always what feels good is right to do. So probably I was mixing open heart with my mind because emotions come from the mind.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
such a good point you're making, because indeed it doesn't always feel, the good thing doesn't always feel right. That's like a tricky thing I struggle with too sometimes, because the ego is of course also very happy with the comfort zone, so it can feel super chill to make a decision that's actually not for your highest good. And then you say, yeah, but my feeling says it was the right choice. Um, but yeah, that's tricky to pinpoint sometimes,
Yeah.
uh, especially with new yeah, I don't know, new adventures.
Mm. And also for me, it very associates open heart associates with uh, inner child. Because what happens when we are living with the open heart, and that's how most of my life looked like that. I was daydreaming like crazy. Probably you too, Tilly, right? And it's so fun to live in that imaginary world, which is not a fake world. Actually, it is energetic world that we first create there, and then we get guidance how to bring it down into the earth, how to create that. So, any thoughts on inner child and your open heart?
um yeah, I definitely agree that the first thing that comes to my mind is also the openness toward other people. There's just literally no judgment from a 2-year old, I think, towards any type of person, but later on the mind takes over with conditioning and stuff. So indeed, that innocence, vulnerability, openness, that's definitely all part of living from the heart.
Mm.
And I think we can take good examples from children in that. I actually, I feel like sharing a short story now, which pops up in my mind. Once I was walking down the streets and a woman came out the house and she had a baby in her. In Dutch we say buggy. Is it also English? Like the car where you put a child in. This makes sense. Yeah, baby wagon. Anyway, she couldn't lift that off the stairs on her own, so she asked me as a person that passed by, "Please, can you help me grab it and carry it down?" So I grabbed it from the front, and there was a kid from around 2 years old, and he smiled at me,
Mm.
but it was literally it's still I can still see it. Picture is very vivid because it was the most pure smile I've ever received, as if Source was literally looking straight to me. Yeah, I cannot explain it, but this it was so pure, so authentic. And then I realized, like, wow, he would have given that smile to everyone, right? There was no judgment, and it was so beautiful. That made me realize again what a real open heart means. Just no conditioning and pure innocence or something. Yeah. Now there are a lot of words popping up: playfulness, innocence, but I stop.
Mm. Yeah, beautiful. And it's you pointed out very important aspect that open heart sees the source in everything and everyone. So how can you judge the creator? How can you judge God if the heart open heart sees God in every person, right? And also from my personal experience, I had a friendship that first time in my life I experienced to that level of vulnerability and emotional mental intimacy. A person knew everything about me, my light and my shadow, my ups and downs, my worst and my best, and I never ever felt judged. So in that friendship, my heart opened up like lotus flower, like and yeah, that's the open heart, meaning when I'm not judging a person in front of me, then that person opens up also.
Yes.
But I want to point
Yeah,
out one thing, the
yeah.
difference. Just want to point out that there is a difference between judging and um, not like discerning. No, not discerning, acknowledging. Yeah. One thing is to point out that, okay, this and this is happening. And for example, maybe it's not right thing that is happening, like war, for example. So it's important to know that, hey, this is happening and this is not okay. It's not judgment, it's just acknowledgement. That's it.
Yeah, beautiful. But you mean to not see everything like, oh, this is perfect, or in the bigger picture you see it with love and no judgment, but still make an distinction between what feels right and wrong for you.
Distinction. Yeah,
Yeah,
distinction. That is, yeah, because we still live in this 3D. All love and
duality.
butterflies, only love and butterflies is the spiritual aspect.
Yeah,
And yes, that the concept of oneness is a spiritual aspect. But how can we implement that spiritual aspect into messy 3D life world? Because we can't every person be exactly the same. We are here to be individual expression of the same creator. So we need to play by some sort of rules of this matrix, so to say. And discernment, that's the word that you told, a good one, is exactly that for me. That helps to maneuver.
Nice. Beautifully spoken. I also had something still, but I forgot, so
Tilly,
maybe it's so yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
look, I just checked and look what I see.
Yeah, perfect. You've
It's-
perfect timing. 22.
yeah, and beautiful numbers. Yeah. So we need to wrap it up, and we have a surprise
Oh yeah. Nice.
for people listening.
We
Tilly
I
now
think we
will.
don't have a viewer now, but that's okay.
It's 5 minutes,
We
okay.
all have to start somewhere.
5 minutes
Yeah.
more. So Tilly now will play for us a bit of her creation,
This is a
and
song that
yes,
is about my childhood and about all the memories I have, and also a reflection of that. I think in life, people always say, "Oh, when you're older, you become wiser," but I think it's a bit in reverse. Um, Partly that we can learn so much from how kids express themselves, and yeah, when I look back at myself as a kid, I felt, in that sense, sometimes more wise than now. So here I go. Can you hear me well? Sunday morning, young and blessed. The day that was ahead of me felt so endless. On adventure in the garden, I swam through whirlpools and I faced fights. It was being at its finest, with you all by my side. The times we skate and the films we made, the movies that we watched were way too scary for me, so they kept me away. The night was such a mystery to me. The endless darkness way too big, so I kept hiding in the corners of my dreams. When you grow older, yes, you will understand. At least that's what they said. But now I'm not so sure about that anymore. So can you please just take my hand and take me back to when it all made sense? That is it. Take me back to when it all made sense. When living from the heart was just a normal thing.
yeah, it was all making sense.
Yes,
So,
life
a
is just life.
surprise now for people who live in Zagreb, for you guys. Tilly is coming! Woo!
Yay!
Tilly is coming to Zagreb, and we
Mm.
will have a concert, a very cozy evening all together. So soon I'm about to announce it, so you can apply, register, and see where everything, all the magic will be happening.
Super
And
cool.
you are coming already this Friday. So
Yes,
fast.
yes, this Friday. Yeah,
So
I'm
see you
very
guys
excited.
this Saturday.
That would be great to sing mantras together and have a chill night.
Tilly,
Okay.
not only mantras. People would love to hear your songs.
I would
Your
also love to
songs.
share my own songs. Yes, definitely. Great.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you so much, then, Tilly, and everybody who are watching, and see you in some future episodes. Enjoy the week.